Good afternoon, my fellow YouTubers. So, I wanted to make this video yesterday, but I don't think it turned out as well as I wanted it to turn out, so I'm remaking it. So, I'm currently sitting on my brand new bike after owning it for a week, and I want to go over a couple things that I like and I dislike about the bike. First, getting into this video, I want to shout out to Rock Hill Power Sports of South Carolina for actually having the bike that I have been doing tons of research on and just been debating on whether I wanted to buy it or not. And I also want to shout out to, I forgot the name of the place. Oh, Charlotte Motorsports. I think that's the name of it. For actually letting me test ride the bike. They had the bike, but I wasn't financially ready to purchase it at the time, and when I went to go buy it, they didn't have it, and they were on back order. So I did time researching who had this bike, and I actually had it. The Rock Hill actually had it. So there's a couple things about this bike that I dislike, and I've done plenty of research. I've watched plenty of videos on YouTube about this, and there's plenty of people who say basically the same things. The mirrors, the seat. Actually, no, I don't think anybody complained about the seat. Maybe they did, and I just wasn't paying attention. The exhaust, and I think some people actually complained about the instrument cluster too. But I think maybe a couple people might have complained about this, or they said it in a video, but it's not a complete deal breaker buying this bike. Number one con about this bike is where the key is located. The key is located in between the handlebars and the instrument cluster, if you will, dashboard. And when you're wearing gloves, if you have thicker gloves, it's kind of hard to turn the key off and on. Taking the key out is a little bit of a pain in the butt too. So that's my first con about this. Number two con, I'm going to get off the bike for this one, is the actual shifter. It's kind of a pain in the butt to kind of get your foot underneath of it, being how close it is. It's about 6 inches. So trying to shove your fat foot, if you're wearing like steel toe boots or if you're wearing a boot underneath of the shifter, is kind of a pain in the butt. I have to wear steel toe boots for work, so it's a little bit of pain in the butt to shove my shoe underneath of that. But I manage. The other thing with the shifter is trying to get the bike into neutral. It's not really that difficult, but when I come up to my job and I have to get my name tag out to scan it at the gate, I have to use my right hand to scan my badge at the gate. Now, I mentioned this in the beginning, is the seat. Seat's not a deal breaker. It's not as comfortable as my other bike that's back there, but it's bearable. Now, this tail bag actually came off of that bike over there, and it fits perfectly on here. Now, there's only one strap, and it sits underneath the rear fender, if you will. So, my couple of cons are the key, the shifter, and the seat. Now, pros of this bike, this is coming from a bike that is carbureted, and if anybody knows, if you've ridden dirt bikes, if you're an older person who's ridden older bikes with carburetors, this bike is fuel injected. So I get on, I start it, no issues. So I love that. I know most people won't say it, but I love having the fuel injected bike. I can't complain. The fact that it actually goes. Again, I have a carbureted enduro that does 70 max going down a hill, like a steep hill. This bike, I could do 70, no issues, and I still have extra power to go. I've heard people complain about the blinkers on these things. Again, not a deal breaker. For someone who's come from an enduro to a street bike, I'm not going to really complain too much about this bike. It is a little bit more expensive than what I wanted to pay for it. Out the door of this place, it was $5,200 plus taxes, titles, all that other crap. Can't complain, because honestly, I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride it every day. I've ridden it for the past week, except for the fact that I've had to take my pickup truck out and ride it a couple times. The other thing that people also complain about is the mailbox looking muffler. I don't mind it. It does sound nice. But yeah, if you have any questions about this bike, let me know. I've only owned it for a week, but I'm willing to answer questions that people have about it. I will talk to you all next time. Till next time, deuces.